Right then, Manchester United had a largely decent start to 2024. We won 8 of our 11 games across all competitions. Though there have been 2 defeats, Fulham and Manchester City. 3 of those 8 victories came in the FA Cup with wins over Wigan, Newport County and Nottingham Forest, the latter sandwiched between those 2 defeats. Liverpool have been playing pretty well, in all honesty. They've had some serious injury issues, but they've just lost once in their last 20 games. And they have also recently lifted the EFL Cup, which is now a big deal this season, unlike last season. And they sit joint top of the Premier League table. And the stats are quite damning. United have failed to score in 4 of our past 5 games against Liverpool, and Liverpool have scored at least 3 in 4 of their previous 6 games against United. We don't look great coming into this, do we? And the mood couldn't be lower when it comes to United fans. Everyone's going, well, do you know what? I don't actually think we're going to win this game. And do you know what? I don't necessarily think we're going to win this game either, but we're going to look at it. We're going to look at the possibilities of if we can. We're going to tell you how they're going to line up, and we'll see what we can do. Now, Klopp's Liverpool have always been closely aligned with the 4-3-3, and he pretty much only plays 4-3-3. It's genuinely exclusively 4-3-3. But he has made occasional tactical tweaks throughout the season. One of the main changes has been the introduction of the box midfield shape. We've discussed previously quite a lot about that box midfield shape, and that usually involves using 4 midfielders, 2 attacking and 2 defensive, and they play in a square, in a box kind of shape. One of the key reasons for implementing that sort of change has been to do with Trent Alexander-Arnold's defensive vulnerabilities. When he's asked to tuck in and play and get on the ball, almost like a deep line playmaker, there is a genuine threat that comes from Trent's passing ability in that kind of area. But his unavailability means that Bradley has come into the team and he's not really put a foot wrong defensively, but he's also been pretty decent creative outlet himself. The system also helps utilise passing abilities and the energy of some of the newcomers, so Solobzai, McAllister, as well as Curtis Jones. But this sort of 4-2-2 shape that they look like they're lining up in does become vulnerable to attacks on the wings. To get this working requires fullbacks to pick up the slack for their teammates, something that they were very vulnerable with when Trent played. But they also have to patrol the flanks and get out there to eliminate threats constantly. The central rotations, especially with Solobzai as Liverpool's sort of right-sided number 8, he starts to provide wider support around and occasionally even ahead of Salah. Compared to what you used to get with Firmino, Darwin Núñez seems to provide a lot more central high threat. Firmino would often come and play within the lines, essentially giving you that 4 again in midfield, but in a different sort of area and in a different kind of style. He would come in, allowing the likes of Mane and Salah to be very narrow and exploit the space that he's left. Núñez almost does the opposite. He pushes ahead and doesn't come and stitch the play in the middle a little bit. And he's a threat on the shoulder. He's absolutely rapid. He'd be a problem to play up against. Jota's also been quite penetrative with his passing and his combinations, and he does like to get in between the lines a little bit more. I think that's why his injury particularly is a bit of a miss for them. When Gakpo plays as sort of the central forward role, he does come and drop in occasionally to receive, overload in midfield and drag opposition centre-backs out of the line. As a result, they vary that central combination and an attacking play. Liverpool have crossed the ball significantly less than pretty much every other Jurgen Klopp season. Like, they're no longer that sort of spamming crosses. It may also have something to do with the fact that Trent has been played in a lot more of a central role and isn't occupying the positions that he used to offer. But the stats out there, and it's worth talking about, perhaps why that is the case. Liverpool have been trying to find a balance when it comes to advancing into the opponent's half. They're looking to try and maintain that 3-2 behind the ball, which is very popular with everybody at the moment, being very strong centrally and sometimes giving up a little bit of space on the wings to have that sort of central strength. But once they've worked it into the front line, they're a problem. You'll still see Robertson being so influential in the attacking phase. He's continued to get forward, and that can sometimes leave them with a 2-2 and less players to protect on the counter-attack. Even without the left-back pushing up, the centre-half does need to defend centre and to the wide right area on transition. And as such, opponents that have got direct, pacey left wingers, us, can threaten Liverpool more than previously has been the case. Star man for Liverpool, it's still Mo Salah. The guy's on 19 goals and 10 assists in 30 games. What more would you want? 1 in 1? All right, yeah, I guess you get 1 in 1, but you know what he represents. He brings goals. He's become a lot less of a dribbler and even more purely just being in and around the box sort of threat. But he's difficult to get the ball off. He's got a very low centre of gravity. His close control is genuinely some of the best that's out there. And he will be a massive problem for a team that doesn't have a starting left back playing. And he does. He's very intelligent with his movement. He is absolutely lightning quick. He's stronger than I think you'd think he is. And he's an absolute constant threat. I think we see Rasmus Højlund back in the team on this one. And I think what it will look like is an attacking team. My only hope is, can it play on the counter? Yes, I think it can. Can we see Casemiro actually put in a disciplined performance? Because we haven't this year, and it's going to be required. So I would say the United 11 I'm expecting to see: Onana in goal, a back four of Dalot, Varane, Evans and Lindelof. I just don't think it'll be Amrabat. I think Amrabat would actually be preferred, but I think it'll be Lindelof. Midfield two of Mainu and Casemiro, Bruno ahead, Garnacho on the right, Rashford on the left, and Højlund down the middle. And I think that United forward line can give Liverpool's what would look like a back three on the pitch some problems. I really do. And I think Rasmus Højlund in particular can be the match winner for United. We've absolutely missed him. We have missed his goals. We have missed his pressing. We have missed his link play. We have missed him as an outlet. And I think that he would be a real handful for Liverpool if United can get him on the ball. Because having watched us against City and Liverpool against City, yeah, I'm worried. I am worried. I am absolutely worried. I mean, if you're not, I don't know what to say to you. You're either deluded or in denial, one of the two. As always, this is brought to you by our friends at Paramatch UK, and we do have an exclusive bet boost that you're not going to be able to get elsewhere. So this is the game that I am going for this week. 2.5 match goals. I do think there'll be goals in this game. I'd be amazed if United can keep a clean sheet and delighted, but I don't think there will be. Over 3.5 match cards and Casemiro to be shown a card. That's been boosted from 39 to 10 to 5 to 1. If you want to get involved on that, all you got to do is click the link in the description. And prices are subject to change. You've got to be over 18 to participate. And football and United, totally unpredictable. So it's a little bit of fun to enhance your enjoyment of the game and not a promise of winning. For more help and information on responsible gaming, please check out begambleaware.org. So how do United actually beat Liverpool? First up, defensive concentration. We've got to be alert to the rotations and the runs in behind, particularly from the likes of Núñez. Offensively, they are a danger at all times. They genuinely flood forward. Salah has an uncanny tandem with Núñez as well. When Salah gets the ball in the final third and lifts his head up, Núñez gets on the spin, and Salah does have the quality to find him. So even though you think, let's go and clamp Salah, you're probably going to be leaving Núñez in a little bit of space, and Salah's got the quality to find him. So you've got to be really, really careful. I would say Højlund up against Quansah. With Konate being an injury concern, I think the best bet for Højlund is to not try and play up against Van Dijk, but to try and play on the shoulder of Quansah and look for a bit of a mistake or an error of judgment in him. You're going to need Højlund to be the outlet for us. And I would just say, after that, you've got to defend deep. You can't allow the space in transition that we see United with a lot. We've got to be lethal. If we can start like we started in the derby and we can not concede 34 shots this time, like the number of shots United concede is honestly just ridiculous. Like, can we see United actually go into a game and concede like 12 or less shots? If we do, I think we win. But I don't think, like, I'll be amazed if it's less than 20. We just seen Everton have 20 plus. Liverpool for sure going to come and have more than that, aren't they? Anyway, let me know your thoughts. Do United have any chance in this game whatsoever? See you in the next one. Hey, thank you for watching the video. If you are new around these parts, then don't forget to subscribe. My channel is proudly supported by my community on Patreon. If you'd like to get a little bit of extra content, a Discord group, meetups, five-a-side games, weekly podcasts, behind the scenes, and even an occasional bit of transfer news as and when I get it, then for the price of a pint, you can show your appreciation for the content that we make and get some goodies for doing so as well. Check the link in the description or click the button right here. You'll also find all of my socials here too if you want to follow me on any of those platforms. Nice one.